Your inner child will make you millions. You need to start utilizing all of the different versions of yourself by healing them. And that will be reflected in your now reality, in your life now. You have memories of your entire life. Maybe the first few years are fuzzy, but things happen to you. You have a life experience from then, and it is directly affecting how you make money and how you value yourself, how you manifest, and why you dream of millions right now. You have the dream to make millions of dollars for a reason. It's not just random or because it's the big goal of society. Your soul, your spirit, yourself, you know that you deserve more, that you deserve to live a luxurious life. The problem with the way that society sees manifesting, creating, and building millions is that we think of it as something that is external, something outside of ourselves that we have to outsource and build in that way. But making millions is internal. It is an internal process. I don't care how many opportunities to make millions of dollars show up in your field. If you are not fully believing that you deserve to receive it, you may make a bit of progress and then you'll see it all unravel. Because you're building your foundations for the millions that you've always dreamt of externally. Everything is reflected internally. You are the source. God says, I am. You are the source. Remember, I am. You were placed on this earth with so many opportunities. You are literally to create anything that you can imagine. You are the vision. You don't have the dream of manifesting millions for simply no reason. The reason is so that you can learn to cultivate it from within and then experience it in your physical 3D reality. The inner child teaches us so much because when you were a kid, when you found out that you could have things, you were like, okay, well, I want more. And you consistently got more. There were no limitations. There weren't many fears. And I'm talking about around the age of 1 to 3, maybe even 4. You didn't have fears. The fears that you now have regarding money were placed onto you by the people around you. And so what we do whenever we go into the subconscious and do hypnotherapy rewiring, you're talking to your inner child, seeing what they believe about money and why. And it always stems from conversations that you had with the people that were around you. How were you conditioned in your childhood to think about millions of dollars, to think about money? For most people, including me for a very long time, it was the millions you have to work hard for. The millions are outside of you and you have to go and get it. We weren't shown that you can go and get it internally, that you have to also do that it is also a part of the process. Remember, everything lies on a scale of balance. If you're trying to just go outside of yourself for the belief that you deserve it, and you're sustaining that belief simply because you've worked so hard to get it, that's imbalanced. If you can hold the belief that you have always deserved it, that your entire life up until now has been a process of you remembering that it is your birthright, that you more than deserve it, that it simply is yours and that it is in your reality right now. If you can mix that internal sourcing with the external sourcing and beliefs around money, that's when you find the balance, and that is the key. The unhealed moments that you barely can remember when you were younger about how your mother, your father, your auntie, your cousin were talking about money around you, how they were talking to you about money. Those things heavily influence the path. Like, let's say you get an idea today for a way to make money, and then there's the time in which you create that, and then until it's in its final product and you've reached your goal. Everything in between is riddled with those conversations. Your inner thoughts, your inner talk, your inner dialogue is riddled with the thoughts of the conversations that were imprinted onto you when you were younger. And you're probably thinking, well, I don't really remember those things. How can I access them? That's where the hypnotherapy comes in. Hypnotherapy isn't like I got a little thing like this and I'm telling you, what to believe. That's not what it is. In the hypnotherapy sessions, you close your eyes, you breathe deeply, and then I take you back to the first memory that you can remember with money. Even if that first memory is at 9 years old or 10 years old, if it's at 8 years old, it doesn't matter. You have a very first memory of money. As you access that memory of money, you talk as if you were your inner child during that experience. You talk as if you were them literally, as I'm talking to you now. So you'll be sitting in the hypnotherapy session and I'm saying, okay, how are you feeling right now? And then you speak as your 8-year-old self. I'm feeling very sad because my mom just told me that we don't have money and I really wanted to get the toy that I wanted. And then it unravels from there because there's probably a lack in the way that your mother not necessarily loved you, but in the way that she valued money and the way that she valued herself. And that's reflected to the way that you now value yourself. Because money is not just physical paper. Money is an energetic, it's a spiritual thing. It is how you value yourself, how much you believe you deserve, how much you believe is possible for you, what it is that you can have, what you can desire. Because I've met people, they say, yeah, I don't even think about getting a yacht one day because that's not in my field. Like, they don't even say in my field, like they just don't even think of it as a thing that's possible to them. But as you up level in money, the things that are available to you become second nature. And the way to sustain keeping that money is by knowing and believing that it is how you should be living. That the millions are of your own manifestation. They are from you because you are worth far more than $1 million. You are worth all of creation. You are worth the universe. You are alive. That's your value. That is your value. The millions are simply a reflection of that. But again, you are the source. You are the creation. Open your journal. Write down, what is my first childhood memory of money? And then I want you to write out what that memory was. And then I want you to speak as if you were your inner child during that memory and write down what they felt, what they believed, what their fears were, how it related to mom or dad or auntie or whoever was around within that memory. Write it down. It will change your life. It will change your life. If you'd like to take it a step further, book a hypnotherapy session with me. You deserve to know how valuable you are, and you deserve to have your physical reality reflect more than millions. I don't even know the word. The magic that you truly are. This is something that I do on a daily basis with my friends, my family, because I want them motherfuckers to heal and know exactly who the fuck they are. We all deserve to know. We all deserve to live beautiful, good lives, and it is more than possible. And one thing I always say, if a motherfucker, listen, I'm sorry to curse y'all. If a motherfucker could say, oh, wow, I don't like this group of people, I'm going to enslave them for 500 years, and they made that shit happen. If they could do that, I can do anything. And I'm going to use it for good, for the good of myself, for the good of others. Because from my wealth is more wealth created. From my healing is more healing created for the generations around me, for all of my friends and family, for my future children, for the generations that will come. And at the same time, I know that I'm healing my past ancestral lineage as well. Because all the time, everything that has happened is happening in the now. So as I change now, things change back then. Do the journaling prompt. Maybe reach out if you like a hypnotherapy session. I also have a manifestation codex where I put all the knowledge that I know about manifesting money into one thing for you. And as I update it throughout my life, you'll get the updates as well. So as I gain more knowledge, you gain more knowledge. It's a Grimoire Codex for manifesting money. And also please reach out because I'm looking for people to do hypnotherapy sessions on that will go on this YouTube channel, that will be open to the public. It can get very personal. So I know everybody's not going to want to have their hypnotherapy session online. That's why I'm asking for a few people who would be open to it to share the healing and profoundness that it can bring. But yeah, okay. I love you guys. Remember, you are the million. Your inner child and your inner adult, your inner you is what will manifest you millions. I love you very much. Have the best one. Bye.